Michaela and Dan, congratulations on the show.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
You guys have a lot of great scenes together in this season one. Talk a little bit about working together, maybe a favorite scene you guys got to play during the season.
I,
Michaela?
Dan makes me spit take, genuinely. I don't like, I just don't see it coming. And he just knocks me sideways with comedy. I laugh really hard. I mean, I laugh a lot, like people make me laugh, but Dan has a combo, like the combination lock on me because he will make me literally spit water out and then maybe wet my pants. Like he just makes me laugh so hard. And I was watching the episodes and I was going, oh, okay, it's not just me. Like my husband and I were just cracking up at you, Dan. Yeah, he kills me. He kills me. I wish I could say this in a more profound way, but Dan is funny, that is the headline.
Dan?
My mind just starts going. I loved when we sang that Starship song together. I thought that was, I wish we had more chances to do that, but that was like a high water mark for me career-wise in terms of style of scene partner, the comfort in the moment, but also there was that scene where I'm mad about one thing and you're mad about another thing, and we're both preparing dinner at the same time, and neither one's listening to the other one.
Yeah.
And I think that's the one where you ask me, not everything's about you. And I say, well, when you're you, everything's about you. Right. And I think those are my two favorite scenes that we shot that I can remember now. If I watched the whole thing right now, I'd probably have a different answer.
Well, I remember the episode where you, maybe it is the pilot episode where you had the hot wings and you're not feeling well and you're sweating and you're about to throw up. And I was cry laughing every time I looked at you. I couldn't make eye contact with you at any point because you were so realistic. It was so awful and hilarious. So realistically, just a mess. It just looked like he was about to both ends it.
Gastrointestinal distress is easy for me to access.
So you've got this kind of amazing ensemble cast from Carol Kane on the older side to some of this young talent like Daniel Thrasher and some of the others. I've talked a little bit about the working with this great cast and maybe give us something from behind the scenes that you'll take away from this experience.
Yeah, Daniel Thrasher's a heroin addict who can't be kept away. I'm just saying, I'm trying to help him. No, I think what's really interesting is that everybody has their own lives outside of the show. And then sometimes in between scenes, if you want behind the scenes, you'll see them living this personal life that they have, trying to, like in Henry's case, trying to manage his music and get an album recorded, or Daniel trying to upload his latest video. And that these people have these lives outside of this is the only thing I have going on.
I know Dan and I were like, oh, I bought a teapot and I made tea today.
Yeah. I live in England now.
I miss my dogs. And that was like, that's our life. And meanwhile, I think Daniel had like a whole TV studio set up in his flat.
He
We were
did.
shooting in London. That's why I called it a flat. I'm suddenly
Well,
pretentious. And I've always been pretentious. So he had a whole like a whole mini subset studio going on. And yeah, Henry was finishing an album and we were the first to hear it, which I felt very
yeah, it was pretty great.
Yeah. So I want to step back for a second because I've got two real comedy veterans here and ask you some sort of bigger questions. So what is something that when you see a script, like what makes something funny for you? Like what is it that you like, oh wow, I want to do that. That's really something that I could work with.
Boy, it could be a million things, right, Michaela? I mean, it could be anything from the first words that the guy says, or that little parenthetical descriptor of the guy, 48, balding, overweight, but super confident. And I go, I'm in.
I have to say, sometimes, for women in comedy, like they come at you with like, you're the mom and you make dinner, and everything about that actually makes me kind of want to run screaming from it. But then you realize, oh, the hook is the tone and the writing and the cast. So for example, in this scenario, it's playing opposite Dan was like a massive draw for me because love Dan, and I've worked with him before, and we did a movie like an indie film together years ago, and it's just like an enjoyable thing. And then when I met John Beckerman, the writer, and realized this guy's really collaborative and really smart, and what it means is I get to bring something to the mom who makes dinner role, and if I couldn't, you know what I mean, then I would be locked into something that I just speaking of locked in, Eric, are you frozen?
No,
Oh, you're listening.
I'm
Oh my
just
God.
completely dead in the
Wow,
face.
that's impressive. I was like, Eric's not well. We need to do a welfare check. Anyway, sorry. I just okay. So anyway, John is a great guy, and he makes you feel like you're gonna bring something to it. And if I don't feel like I can bring something to it, then you can have really anybody do it. And so why would I want to do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Michaela and Dan, thank you so much. This was a joy talking to you both.
Thanks for watching the You Interview channel. With over 3,000 original celebrity videos, we have one of the largest collections of celebrity interviews anywhere. So remember to like and comment on our videos and subscribe to the channel. If you want to get more involved, you can become a member of the channel. Membership has its perks. You can see exclusive celebrity videos and get the opportunity to ask our celebrity guests questions. We can't wait to hear from you.